Hey everybody, Mandolin here. I'm glad to see you back. If you are new and just checking in, thanks for joining us. We'd be just thrilled to have you join in as part of our journey. And to every new subscriber, thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for bringing that support to me. It's not easy to share, especially some of the personal things and especially some of the nature of the things that I've been sharing. I catch a lot of flack for it a lot of times, but it's all worth it if it helps somebody in the end. So I want to share to you today a beautiful healing process. And if I get this wrong or I go off a little bit, it's not disrespectful. I kind of get caught up in that little girl part that you're going to hear about later on in the story. And what I want to bring to your attention today is Ho'oponopono. And it's a journey in self-restoration. It truly is. Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian method of healing, and it's widely used around the world today. I suggest when I bring these things up to you that you do your own research to discover the magic in it for yourself so that it comes with the tone and the perception that is best for you and your situation. I'm going to give you the bare bones of it. Okay, it translates in English to make right, and it comes from the Hawaiian Code of Forgiveness. I got some of this information from a website. I'm going to put that in the description box like always, so you guys can go and check this out for yourself. Now what's interesting is the Cherokee culture, they also have this belief system of being in right relationship with all of creation. And they have a word that's called, that's pronounced Nageskushi. And I hope I pronounced that right. And it translates literally to give it back to me. And I got that information from the principal chief of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. And his name is Richard Sneed. First, you've got to visualize what it is that needs to be healed. And you need to be of pure intent and integrity. And it's more than just saying the words. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I first became aware when a friend told me I could do this with someone who had passed. My last words to this person weren't kind words. So I followed the process in a video that she sent to me, and I immediately felt, a certain degree of relief. But I just saw this as like one of those little tricks that we use. This past year, I found out how incredibly powerful this method truly is when you utilize it to its fullest potential. Through the incredible burden of loss, I was brought back to that wounded child. In 2016, Eddie died in the car accident. And so there I had lost my husband, my home, my horses, all my retirement money was gone, my land was gone, everything all at once. 50 days later, my big brother died. My mom had already passed about, 7 years earlier. And so everything and everybody that had given me comfort, protection, encouragement, unconditional love, they were gone. And I had nowhere else to turn but back to myself. So my land was gone and everything, and I went to live on a boat. And this was in 2017. And in January of 2019, my boat burned to the waterline, as they say. And there went mostly everything else precious that I had as well. Everything was just being stripped away from me. So then I had to return to my childhood home and my inner child that was still there. I realized that she was still there, frozen in time, and she was also frozen in fear. I saw her separate than my current self. And the truth is, I was seeing a different tone of my energy or aspect. And I actually realized, as I allowed myself to explore it, that this was a soul shard. You might hear shamanic talk of healing and talking about retrieving soul shards. So as I was able to talk to her, I saw the frightened, wounded part of myself that had endured all of that so I could become what I always truly was. I felt such compassion, protection, gratitude, and love for that part of me. She had stayed quietly hidden in the shadows, and she'd been there so long that she didn't trust coming out. She had no reason to believe that it was safe. She was even wary of me because I had kept her so deeply concealed and hidden to protect her. And I slowly coaxed her into talking to me and telling me her story. I felt very deeply that I needed to do a soul retrieval, but I didn't have at my access at that time a shaman or the money to pay for somebody to help me. And then one day I remembered the Ho'oponopono. But this wasn't a person that I had wronged. It was me, the most vulnerable part of me. And then the wheels started to turn. It was an aspect of me, a different energy tone. So this might just work. I realized how profound this new perspective was in my healing, repair, and integration. There were steps and stages of my energy as I developed through different stages in my life, different tones. The common threads were lack and loss, trauma, sickness, pain, grief. And surviving these things brought me to a point of finally desiring wholeness and happiness. The journey of returning to my true essence. I returned to that innocent, frightened, wounded child, and instinct kicked in. I also later went to my adolescent self. Then I went to the energy of that mom and wife who struggled so hard. Then to that most recent self that had lost everything and everybody that validated even being here. I came to them as that part of self, the newest version. I asked if they wanted to heal and join this journey as one. They were all still wary, and it was scary coming out of the force field. I said, that energy's over. We're all the same, and we'll experience the other side of things now. When they were each comfortable and they had asked all of the questions that they wanted to ask, I began. I visualized each one before me, and I asked if they were ready. And I'm going to give you the version of to my youngest, most vulnerable self. I went to each aspect separately. I'm sorry. You were hurt so badly and had to hide in the shadows alone for so long. Please forgive me. I just hid you away in the shadows and left you there. I was trying to protect you. Thank you, because you endured so much, so quietly, for so long, so I could have these experiences and lessons to grow. I love you. It's safe now. I want you to return to wholeness. Come out and play. Let's experience this together. This was so powerful. I felt it immediately. The difference between this time and the first time I tried Ho'oponopono was my intent. I wasn't just running from the grief, and I wasn't looking for a band-aid. I thought about the reason for each phrase and for each feeling that I was addressing. I examined it. I felt it. I acknowledged it. And then the healing could begin, and I could allow all of those aspects to reintegrate into the whole and share the journey. What everybody's going through right now, this is an absolutely appropriate time for this. Many people are shifting to that new self or higher frequency. We keep saying we're building, the new version of ourselves and our experience. So it's like a change of command. And a ceremony may very well be appropriate. And in that being something like I did with those parts of myself that had to heal, that I had locked away. And in the end, what you're really doing is you're letting go of the victim, because you're validating those traumas and experiences by applying the growth and inviting that aspect back into the whole of you. So I hope this really helps somebody. It was a little personal to share, and I'm a little weirded out by it, but there it is. I'm just like you. I'm doing this journey, and if all of these experiences and everything that I went through help me to share with you and to help you maybe get over something or pin something down, then it's all worth it. It all was anyway. And I thank you for hanging in there and bearing with me. Please share this. Let's keep getting the word out. I appreciate so much new subscribers. You guys are rocking. Subscribers that started out with me, so much gratitude to you for keeping me on this journey and on this mission of sharing messages as I get them. Show each other love. Have compassion for those that are so afraid, but don't let them tear down your what you've got going. Continue to grow, and let's just keep it going, guys. We got this. This is an experience that we are never going to forget. Much love, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.